James. And suddenly we're on. Cheers, Jeremy. That was a very, very lively World Cup discussion indeed. That was great. Wow. Today, Monday, 18th of June, 2018, and live till 5. It's The Big Show. It's Steve Wright in the afternoon. Hello.
Right in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere. Thank you.
Every inch of sky's got a star. Every inch of skin's got a scar. I guess you got everything now. And every inch of space in your head is filled up with the things that you read. Guess you got everything now. And every film that you've ever seen fills the spaces up in your dreams. That reminds me, everything now, everything now. Every usual road's got a sign, and every boy uses the same line. I pledge allegiance to everything now. Every song that I've ever heard is playing at the same time. It's absurd, and it reminds me of everything now. We'll turn the speakers up till they break, 'cause every time you smile it's a fake. Stop pretending you got everything now. I need it, I want it, I can't live without it. I can't live without everything now. Daddy, how come you're never around? I miss you and everything now. Mama, leave the food on the stove. Leave your car in the middle of the road. This happy family with everything now. We'll turn the speakers up till they break, 'cause every time you smile it's a fake. Stop pretending you got everything now. I need it, everything now. I want it, I can't live without it. I can't live without it. I need it,
Everything now.
I want it, I can't live.
It's Arcade Fire.
I can't live without it. I can't live.
Do you want to make contact with us? Well, you can, if you would, please. Steve.Wright at bbc.co.uk. We can give you a shout out, give you a name check. If you've got a comment, that would be lovely. Anything you want from us, text 88291. Tweet us at BBC Radio 2. That's Steve.Wright at bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Hands up for the very, 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 very hot weather with us by Wednesday or Thursday. Very hot, very hot. It's pretty hot today, actually. Okay, hands up for England to beat Tunisia tonight. Thank you for that. Thank you. And hands up for Ken Bruce and Vassos Alexander, who saved the day on breakfast this morning. Would expect Ken to be asleep now. Get well soon, Chris.
Baby, you've been going so crazy lately. Nothing seems to be going right. Solo, why'd you have to get so low? You're so, you've been waiting in the sun too long. But if you sing, sing, for the love you bring won't mean a thing unless you sing. Colder, crying over your shoulder. Hold her, tell her everything's gonna be fine. Surely you've been going too early. Hurry, 'cause no one's gonna be stopped. Nah, 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 nah. If you sing, for the love you bring won't mean a thing unless you sing. Baby, there's something going on today that I say nothing. So if you sing.
BBC Radio 2, Steve Wright in the afternoon, Sing from Travis. We got 212 in the UK, warm and sunny in the southeast, cooler, cloudier and breezier everywhere else, with some light rain expected in Scotland later. High of 23 in Chelmsford. Hello, Chelmsford. Tonight, muggy with patchy rain in Wales and the southwest and more showers across Scotland. Tomorrow, Tuesday, warm, humid and cloudy in the south with fog around southwestern coast. The north will be brighter, but rain will reach Northern Ireland and western Scotland later. Lights on sunset tonight in Newcastle, 9:49, in Belfast, 10:03, Cardiff, 9:33, and Brighton, 9:17.
You say you love me, I say you crazy. We're nothing more than friends. You're not my lover, more like a brother. I know you since we were like 10. Yeah, don't mess it up, talking at ears. Only gonna push me away, that's it. When you say you love me, that made me crazy. Here we go again. Don't go look at me with that look in your eye. You really ain't going nowhere without a fight. You can't be reasoned with them, don't be impolite. I've told you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 times. Haven't I made it obvious? Haven't I made it clear? Want me to spell it out for you? F-R-I-N-D-S. Haven't I made it obvious? Haven't I made it clear? Want me to spell it out for you? F-R-I-N-D-S. F-R-I-N-D-S. Have you got no shame? You looking insane, turning up at my door. It's 2 in the morning, the rain is pouring. Haven't we been here before? Don't mess it up, talking at ears. Only gonna push me away, that's it. Have you got no shame? You looking insane. Here we go again. So don't go look at me with that look in your eye. You really ain't going nowhere without a fight. You can't be reasoned with them, don't be impolite. Haven't I made it clear? Want me to spell it out for you? F-R-I-N-D-S. Haven't I made it obvious? Haven't I made it clear? Want me to spell it out for you? F-R-I-N-D-S. F-R-I-N-D-S. F-R-I-E-N-D-S. That's how you spell friends. F-R-I-E-N-D-S. Get that inside your head. No, yeah. F-R-I-E-N-D-S. We're just friends. So don't
Okay.
look at me with that
I've got it.
in your eye.
Anne-Marie Marshmallow. 2:15, holiday destinations then. Oh, let's do the pollen index first. Low to moderate for the UK, for Scotland and Northern Ireland. Low to moderate. High or very high across England and Wales. Benidorm is mostly sunny and 26, 29 by the end of the week. Mykonos, Greece, not bad today, 26 but overcast and stormy tomorrow and Wednesday. Menorca, sunshine with the odd cloud, 25C, lovely for the rest of the week apparently. Barcelona is hot and sunny and 25.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Then we've got Paris, showers expected today, 22 Celsius. Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt is scorching hot, 35 Celsius, 39 by the end of the week. Florida Keys, USA is warm and humid if you're going there with more storms, and 30. It is storm season in Florida at the moment. Marmaris, Turkey is only 22 today, thunder tomorrow though. Bali, Indonesia is 35 but with some light showers of rain obviously. Great Yarmouth, sunny intervals with highs of 22. This is Great Yarmouth. Make the most of it. It's a lot cooler by Thursday. Oh, I thought it's going to be warmer. Can I just say that I get to listen to quite a lot of radio at the weekend. I always catch up on the other networks. And I was listening yesterday to the Radio 3 lunchtime concert from the Wigmore Hall, I think it was. And I was, interested to see that they've got some new announcers.
From 90 to 92 megahertz FM, this is BBC Radio 3. Coming up after the news, we've got an hour of Shostakovich. Then Katie Durham presents an hour of Brahms from the Wigmore Hall in London. Radio 3.
Good, isn't he?
You know you smile, woman. You treat me so darn fine. Give me such an appetite, and I need your loving every night. Your love gets sweeter every day. 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 Baby, when you kiss my lips, make me wanna go head over heels for you, yeah. When you whisper in my ear, what I say is how I feel for you, yeah. Your love gets sweeter every day. 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 Since I was sweet 16, I wanted you to make you my queen. Then until the day you were, you're the loving girl that's taking my hand. Your love gets sweeter every day. 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 Now I'm glad I'm older man. See, things are right into plan. And baby, if you promise me, we can build our world together for true. Me and you, I'm gonna take it to you. Your love gets sweeter every day. 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 Walking so sweetly when you walk, when you talk, when you dance for me, gal. Walking so sweetly when you walk, when you talk, when you dance.
Oh, your love gets sweeter every day. It's Finley Quay. 2:19. In the news, debit card payments have overtaken cash use for the first time. New figures showing today as contactless technology takes a firm hold on day-to-day spending. David Dimbleby, as you probably heard, is to leave Question Time after 25 years on the BBC's flagship political programme. More on that later. And the government, as you've also heard, will not reveal how a £20 billion boost to the NHS is funded until the autumn budget. But any savings from Brexit will not be anything like enough, the Health Secretary says today. All right, what should we do now? Oh, yes, Jeremy.
Steve, sorry for the interruption. I'm so sorry. Great show, by the way.
Thanks.
This is Jeremy Vine with that new email address. It's making an egg sandwich. Right, said Fred. Which one are you, Dick or Dom? Get those slim pickings for me. Tell your granddad for out for some aniseed tea and biscuits.co.uk.
It's going. Time movie stars Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson, the stars of Ocean's 8, on with us today. Top movie stars. Tom Walker, the guy that says, "Oh, leave a light on, oh, leave a light on." Musician and singer, songwriter. There's Tim Smith. Bobby Pryor, James Kelly. There's Shojo Saka with the sport later. Factoids about Tunisia. The eldest chosen by Matt Jackson on the Isle of Skye. Your emails, texts and tweaks and showbiz.
Cox.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Monday to Thursday nights from 10.
Nice man ripping up the decking today. I did get a little bit Mrs. Doyle, though. Do you want a brew? Do you want a brew? Go on, do you want a little brew? Do you want an apple?
Sarah Cox.
Decking, luxury holiday home for rats. The dogs have been sniffing around for months, so I know there's been something under there. I was hoping for unicorns, but Carl from Leeds says when I took up our decking, all I found was a spoon and half a £10 note. Quite disappointed the bank wouldn't swap it for a fiver, to be honest. No, Carl, it doesn't work like that.
Sarah Cox.
Don't mention there's some fabulous music.
Monday to Thursday nights from 10.
BBC Radio 2.
Stop playing with that radio of yours.
That's
Live till 5. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
It's from that George Michael song, isn't it? no sacrifice at all. Elton John and Sacrifice, currently driving home to the Midlands from North Wales after climbing Snowdon on Saturday. Now, I'm 34 and I've had 2 hip replacements. Last surgery was 18 months ago. It's 10 ladies aged 20 to 35 climbed with me. So shout out to all the hippies. That's Sarah, Angelica, Alice, Lizzie, Georgia, Charlotte, Hannah, Kate and Gemma, Sandra and Paul from Wolverhampton. That's amazing. Well, congratulations. Brilliant. Steve, can you give a big shout out to me and my gorgeous Burmese, Alfie? We're in the garden. It's very hot and I feel happy. Loving the show, Steve. That's from Amanda and Alfie. And Stephen Gang, good show. Helping me decorate the bedroom in Paisley. Many thanks. That's from Brian. Thank you, Brian. Record of the week then, Kylie Minogue, Golden.
Your feet move just like a dancer. Your soul beats just like a drum. Tomorrow has all the answers. Today says we've just begun. Don't you feel the sun on your face? Hopeful hearts of the human race shining down from above. We're golden. We're like the stars. We're golden. Straight from the heart. With a voice that'll never give in. Get knocked down, back up again. We're golden. Golden. That's who we are. Live your life like a stealing. Every little moment in time. Infinity goes on forever. Lay your life on the line. Don't you feel the sun on your face? Hopeful hearts of the human race wrapped in the arms of life. We're golden. We're like the stars. We're golden. Straight from the heart. With a voice that'll never give in. Get knocked down, back up again. We're golden. Golden. That's who we are. We're not young and we're not old. We're the stories not yet told. Won't be bought and can't be sold. We are We're golden.
It's Kylie and Golden. Coming up to 2:30 on Radio 2 and in Great Britain. This is the BBC. Look. Afternoon, Steve. Big good luck tonight to the England boys. Of course, a great show from Neil Wheatley and all of Redcar in Cleveland. That's nice. Steve, shout out to my husband, John, who's busy painting the front door. Tell him to get on with it. That's from Philippa. And Steve, we're travelling from Devon to London as we're seeing the Rolling Stones at Twickers tomorrow. Love you and the gang. That's Anna and Alex. Thank you.
Steve, it's me, Mr. Bennett. Bruno Mars helped me fill out my PPI application on Tuesday
Really?
last.
Yeah?
We've both been getting numerous nuisance calls on our mobile telephones. Just thought I'd share.
That's nice.
Oh, and by the way, have you got any shires?
Oh, yeah, maybe later.
Is all it takes, falling in love with me. Possibilities that look like all you need. Let me take the night, I love real easy. And I know that you still wanna see me on the Sunday morning.
See wonderland in your eyes. Might need your company tonight. Something in you lit up heaven in me. The feeling won't let me sleep, 'cause I'm lost in the way you move, the way you feel.
Calvin Harris, Dua Lipa, One Kiss. You can email us steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291, tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Steve, working outside, very windy indeed, listening to the big show on my phone. Can you give me a shout out from David in Airdrie in Scotland? Says, so excited to find you on TuneIn Radio. Yeah, the radio app. My family and I are expats, living here in beautiful Ontario, Canada for the last 10 years. Working at home today, and it's going to get up to 40 degrees here later on today. Can I have a big, cool English shout out? Joanna, you got it. Shout out to you.
We will listen and dance without prejudice. No genre, no era, no limits.
Animatronic.
Right. It's anything with a repetitive beat. Anything that gets you on your feet. And everyone is welcome. No VIP list for this club. Just sharing the experience of what it's like to be in a room full of people, all moving in unison, all grooving to the same beat.
Animatronics Dance Devotion.
Sharing the love and camaraderie that you feel on a dance floor.
Saturday night from midnight.
On BBC Radio 2.
All right, it's me and Tim today. So Tim's here, and have you been watching the World Cup?
Oh, have I been watching the World Cup? Yes, I have, sir. What a great start to the World Cup. A fantastic weekend of football. Had Spain against Portugal on Friday night, 3-3. Even you watched that one, didn't you? That was brilliant. That was great. The Germans got beat last night as well. I'm not revelling in that, but it was a very good game to watch. The Brazilians held 1-1 by Switzerland. How long do you want me to go on for?
No, these are factoids, okay? 7.4 million's the overnight figures for Match of the Day Portugal-Spain. That's Friday. That's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. Also, Match of the Day Germany v Mexico, 6.5 millions. That was on Sunday, yesterday afternoon. And then ITV, this was Switzerland-Brazil, right?
Yeah, last night,
Yeah, 7.5 on ITV.
Good match as well.
Yeah, and Poldark did okay, 5?
Well, there's no football in Poldark, is there? I didn't watch that. I did have a late night as well, watching the end of the US Open golf. That was very exciting as well.
Well, we had a good weekend. So what you got?
The game of Monopoly was very popular in Cuba, but because it was considered a game of capitalism, Fidel Castro at one point ordered all games of Monopoly to be destroyed.
Sadly, Chris Evans has got a little bit of a throat thing, so Ken sat in this morning along with Vassos, and I've got some stuff about Mondays. A survey reports that the average person moans, and I'm not suggesting anybody's been moaning at all, by the way, for about 34 minutes on a Monday morning compared to 22 minutes the other days. Monday is the only day of the week when the stock market is more likely to fall than rise. And on average, Monday is the least rainiest day of the week, possibly as a result of man-made pollution decreasing over the weekend.
Very interesting. The only words in English containing the letters UU are vacuum, residuum, and continuum.
More factoids later.
Factoids.
If you wanna talk to me, know that I am plain to see. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't want this fame to be staying in my reality. Yeah. Yeah. Let me go, got to keep it low.
this crazy game. Someone's always left out in the rain. Is there a chance that we can make it? Just keep it real, cause we can't fake it, yeah. Cause you and I can't take this anymore. We've got to keep our feet right on the floor. There's no more secrets, no more lying.
All right, let's have a look at some things going on today. It's National Insect Week this week. By the way, I think it's the summer solstice on Thursday. And that is also, by the way, when the weather's going to start getting really good. So they say. So that means it's the longest day. But I've noticed, and you're going to say, no, you haven't. I've noticed it's already getting darker earlier.
No, you haven't. What do you mean? It's not possible. Scientifically, that's not possible. Maybe we've had a couple of cloudy days recently. We've had some nice weather as well so far, you know. But with the cloudy weather, maybe you just think, you're just imagining things. It's not happening yet until after Thursday.
It's definitely very bad for hay fever, I know that. The Skills Show is on in Liverpool as part of the International Business Festival. The Green Chemistry and Engineering Conference starts in Portland, Oregon. That'd be USA. And the World Congress of Nurse Anaesthetists is on in Budapest. Oh, I made that, didn't I? There's tennis over at the Queen's Club, of course, in London. It's the traditional grass court warm-up tournament ahead of Wimbledon, which starts on the 2nd of July. And in cinemas today, Ocean's 8. We got Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson on the show talking about it later. And the MTV Movie and TV Awards are held in Santa Monica, California. Tiffany Haddish is hosting them. And Black Panther has the most nominations with 7. The Guild of Food Writers hold their awards in London. Pearl Jam play London. Marty Pellow plays Margate. And Katy Perry plays Birmingham. And happy birthday, Paul McCartney. Now, Macca has been tweeting these pictures alluding to, I think, Egypt Station. And I've got them in front of me here, so I'm guessing that that's some kind of new work, new album, new something that he's got out soon. Here he is, the real Paul McCartney, with us on the phone.
Growing up and becoming a songwriter in the early days, it was always a great thing. You think, you know, one day I might get asked to do a James Bond theme or something. You always had your eye on things, like I did anyway.
Yeah.
So this is that kind of thing. I've done film scores before. Always working with a great orchestrator, because I can't do that bit. I can write it to help with the arrangement, but they've actually got to write it out for the orchestra.
Paul McCartney. And in the World Cup, it's Belgium v Panama. That kicks off at 4 o'clock. And then it's the big one this evening, Tunisia v England. That's live on BBC One tonight. Coverage starts at 6:15 plus Radio 5 Live. I've got live commentary from 7 p.m. And there's commentary of all World Cup 2018 games over on Radio 5 Live. And of course, you can keep fully up to date on all the news via the BBC Sport website and the app. Here's Tim.
And on that very subject, story today says that demand for 65-inch television sets has hit fever pitch as the World Cup gets underway. Great. I love this story. Yeah. Sales of the giant sets, it says, have rocketed by 173% compared to the same time last year. We recently had our living room decorated. Yeah. I was going to ask for a 65-inch television set to go on the wall for the World Cup, but I don't think, sadly, it's going to happen. I mean, I've got quite a nice television, but 65-inch television set on the wall. I mean, now you're talking World Cup coverage, aren't you?
That is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't you just move closer then to yours?
Well, that's exactly what I'm going to have to do, yeah. Or get a new pair of glasses.
Put some of those big glasses on.
Get binoculars.
Yeah. Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson, then the stars of Ocean 8 with us later. And Tom Walker, musician and singer-songwriter, behind that massive hit and on a commercial as well. Oh, to leave the light on.
Homegrown alligator, see you later. Gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road. The sun ain't changed in the atmosphere, architecture unfamiliar. I could get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. We're south of the equator, navigator. Gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road. Deep sea diving round the clock, bikini bottoms, lager tops. I could get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. We got two in the front, two in the back, sailing along, and we don't look back. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun.
Oh, I really like that. That's George Ezra and Shotgun. Da, 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 da. Hey, Stephen T, love listening to your awesome show. Can you give a big shout out to our special friend Debbie Mellor from Stockbury near Maidstone? She's on holiday, hopefully chilling out. Love from Wayne Tracy and family in Sydney. Steve, can I get a shout out for my gorgeous girl Karen, supposedly working hard in Chesterfield? Get some work done, Kaz. All my love, Jim. And just returned from my holiday in Cyprus. So good to hear you again. Oh, that's very kind. You were sorely missed. Love the show. Cheers, Jackie from Loughton. And here is Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, to the Highlands, to the 82 Inverness. Some good news. Between Inverness and Drumnadrochit, it was completely closed with the accident between General Booth Road and the A831. They have now got it open. It's still being recovered, so you've got to take it in turns to get past, but you can get through. A1M on the northbound side, 34 to 35. The Bawtry Road to the M18. We've still got one lane shut following that earlier accident and fuel spillage. Also, there was a breakdown in the queues. Now, the accident should be cleared any time now, so they were just about to do that, but they just hadn't yet. But there's also a breakdown they've got to deal with, so two separate problems, still one lane shut, still queues. M62 eastbound 21 to 22, Milne Road to Rishworthmore. There was an accident earlier, it's now cleared, but we've still got congestion back to 20 at Rochdale. Thanks for your updates, by the way. And the M60 Greater Manchester, both ways, all lanes are open at 16 for Pendlebury. M6 southbound queues through 19 for Knutsford. It's a little further down. There was a breakdown just before Knutsford services. That congestion is closer to 18 now, but it's heavy and it's moving. That's the good news. M6 northbound is shut completely between 3A, the M6 toll road, and 4 for the M42. So closed because of an accident. They've got to let the air ambulance land. Now, they haven't yet closed the southbound side for that. We're not sure if it's going to be, but slow traffic on the southbound side anyway. But it's northbound M6 that's closed between 3A and 4. M1 southbound accident 15 to 14. One lane is shut towards Milton Keynes. And the M25 clockwise 15 to 16 to the M40. One lane is closed with an accident there. Across the top at 24 Potters Bar, got a breakdown there. One lane is shut. And finally, A31 at Ringwood, we've got one lane blocked. There's an accident just eastbound between the A338, which is the Ringwood Fordingbridge turnoff, and the Shobley Linford turnoff. So one lane is closed. Thank you for your updates. Back with another one in 40 minutes.
Thank you, Bobster.
Lately, everything's changed. We seem closer, like you care more. Lately, I feel the magic taking over out of nowhere. Somehow, we found a spark. We light up the dark and bring out the stars. The sky is wide open now. Oh, 'cause tonight belongs to us. 'Cause tonight belongs to us. I got a real good feeling. Ooh, what a real good feeling. 'Cause tonight Love is fiction, no prediction where this all will go. I can't call it, but I feel it. Somehow we found a spark. We light up the dark and bring out the stars. The sky's wide open now. Wide open, wide open now. 'Cause tonight belongs to us. 'Cause tonight belongs to us. I got a real good feeling. Ooh, I got a real good feeling. 'Cause tonight belongs to us. To us. Lately, everything's changed.
There's Tony Hadley with his new single, Tonight Belongs to Us, and Tony's on the show. Not this coming Thursday, but the Thursday after. Now, looking at some more stories around and about, some more surveys, etc., and some news, people become stupider in the presence of an attractive member of the opposite sex. According to the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology today, the drop in intelligence is particularly strong for men. The more attractive the woman, the more men's test scores plummeted. Psychologists found it may be because men are so concerned about making a good impression that they have few mental resources left over for anything else. That's supposed to be a scientific survey.
I think it's probably true, though, don't you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it can work for anybody. Anybody, if you're in the company of somebody you find very attractive, you tend not to think about what you're doing. You kind of go to pieces sometimes.
Yeah. Mary Berry has cut back on desserts, it said in The Sun. This is a piece by Benji Potter earlier on. As she says, they're making her bum bigger. And that would do it. I mean, same for everybody,
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely, yeah. Well, you know that, don't you?
Well, sure. Debit card payments have overtaken cash. Thanks. For the first time. No, not taken. New figures showing today as contactless technology takes a firm hold on day-to-day spending. It's quite interesting. I've got a couple of cards. One's debit and one's credit. They've got the little insignia on that says they're supposed to be contactless, but actually they're not. I believe that you had to set them up a few years ago, right?
Yeah, I think up until fairly recently you had to go online and do it, set it up maybe on your bank's website.
But
I'm not
brand
sure.
new ones are automatically
I received
set.
one literally 2 weeks ago, and in the letter that accompanied it, it said it's all ready to go. You don't need to do anything, you can just use it. And I have. So I think with newer cards, yeah, you can just go ahead and use it. But that's really interesting how things are changing.
Tatty old bras. Now John Lewis will buy them back. You probably heard this story earlier on. Skirts and tops lurking in your wardrobe are dated, tired and no longer fit, could soon become money in the bank. John Lewis will offer to buy back items bought from the shops or website in the past, including dresses, trainers and even old bras and damaged gloves. According to Sean Poulter in the Mail, the move, which the retailer says is a high street first, is designed to help reduce the 300,000 tonnes of clothing sent to landfill each year in the UK. Although we have to say that a lot of people do take their old clothes to charity shops.
Yeah, I do that a lot, but that is a good idea. I mean, that's a green-friendly idea. I suspect if that goes well, other shops may follow suit, because it's a great idea.
The former US First Lady Laura Bush has condemned a controversial policy that splits up families who illegally enter the country, that's the USA. Writing in the Washington Post, she describes the separation of children from their parents as cruel, immoral and heartbreaking. You know about the story. Virgin Money bought by CYBG for $1.7 billion, and here's Tim.
The average person in the UK now considers any walk longer than half an hour too far, according to a new study. It also found that 4 in 10 of us are not willing to walk more than a mile. 3/4 said they've been put off because it was raining, while the average adult will opt for transport when temperatures fall below 5 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Listen, wrap yourself up warm, get out there, do some walking.
Yeah, it's either too cold or too warm
wet,
or too wet.
everything.
Now, Dimbleby is quitting Question Time, David, at the age of 79, so they're asking in all the press today who possibly could take over. And I thought Jeremy Vine came to mind.
Kirsty Young.
Kirsty Young, I thought.
Nikki Campbell.
Yes, Nikki Campbell I wrote down. Victoria Derbyshire I really like. Emily Maitlis I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm a big fan of Emily Maitlis as well.
Yeah.
79. I didn't realise he was 79 though.
He looks good.
He
It
looks
sounds good.
fantastic, yeah.
Also Evan and also Andy Marr as well might be up for it. You never know.
Or Peston. That would be very interesting, wouldn't it? If they lured him back to the BBC. Maybe they could lure Paxman back to the BBC.
Oh, yeah, no one's even written that down.
Just a thought.
Paxo would be great.
Liven things up a bit, wouldn't it?
Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson on with us later. And also singer-songwriter Tom Walker.
We can do better. Oh yeah, we can do better. I know it hurt bad, your mom left you dead when you were a little girl. You think I'm gonna leave cause history repeats, we've seen it around the world. Well, all that we're told is this, so get old, we'll cheat and we'll both get hurt. Against all the odds, we'll pray to the gods that this love works. When all we see is bad blood and mistakes, all we hear is sad songs about heartbreaks. And no matter how long it takes, we're not gonna give up. We can do better. We can do better. And nothing lasts forever. We can do better. Things can get rough, we might drink too much and say things we shouldn't say. Forgive and forget before we go to bed and we're gonna be okay. Some people pretend it's not gonna end and then up and walk away. But that isn't me, I'm not gonna leave, I'm here to stay. When all we see is bad blood and mistakes, all we hear is sad songs about heartbreaks. And no matter how long it takes, we're not gonna give up. We can do better. We can do better. And nothing lasts forever. We can do better. I'm not worried cause the thing is, we can do better. I know you and I are different. We can do better. I don't wanna overthink it. We can do better. I know you and I are different. We can do better. When all we see is bad blood and mistakes, all we hear is sad songs about heartbreaks. And no matter
We can do better, that's probably true. Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Here comes the Royal Phil with the Beach Boys, or the other way round really. Fun, fun, fun.
Well, she got her daddy's car and she cruised through the hamburger stand now. Seems she forgot all about the library like she told her old man now. And with the radio blasting goes cruising just as fast as she can now. And she'll have fun, fun, fun till your daddy takes the TV away. Fun, fun, till your daddy takes the TV away. Speed standard 'cause she walks, looks and cries like an ace now. She makes the Indy 500 look like the Roman chariot race now. A lot of guys try to catch her, but she leads them on a wild goose chase now. She'll have fun, fun, fun till your daddy takes the TV away. Fun, fun till your daddy takes the TV away. Well, you knew all along that your dad was getting wise to you now. You shouldn't have lied. And since he took your set of keys, you've been thinking that your fun is all for show now. You shouldn't have lied. But you can go
Fun, Fun, Beach Boys. So when we come back, the non-stop oldies will be chosen by Matt Jackson on the Isle of Skye, and later Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson and Tom Walker on The Big Show.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is James Kelly. Theresa May's confirmed that taxes will have to be increased to pay for the extra funding for the NHS that she's announced. The Prime Minister told health workers in a speech in London this afternoon that taxpayers would contribute a bit more in a fair and balanced way. Yesterday, she announced that the health service in England would receive an extra £20 billion a year by 2023, saying the money would come in part from a Brexit dividend. The Shadow Health Secretary, Jonathan Ashworth, said the government was in disarray.
How the Prime Minister expects to fund this increase has completely unravelled. Yesterday it was a Brexit dividend. Today she's admitting that tax rises are going to go up. It's not a Brexit dividend, it's a Brexit deceit, because the spending plans go up to around 2023. They don't go up for the next 10 years, and every credible economist has come out in the last 24 hours and completely rubbished it.
A mother whose 12-year-old son has been treated with cannabis oil is calling for an urgent meeting with the Health Secretary and the Home Secretary. Charlotte Caldwell's 12-year-old son, Billy, has epilepsy. The Home Secretary granted a special order for temporary treatment, and Ms Caldwell now wants to make it permanent. Billy's now improved and has been discharged from hospital. Our correspondent Richard Galpin spoke to his mother, Charlotte, as Billy was released.
My mother's been saying that she has a team of people around her who've come up with a solution for being able to make the use of this cannabis oil legal, that they've been working on this for some time now and they can present this. And therefore, she's hopeful that things can turn around very, very quickly. And she's saying that there are hundreds of people across Britain who need this treatment.
British Transport Police have confirmed they're investigating whether 3 men who were killed by a train near Brixton in South London this morning were graffiti artists. The 3, who police say were in their 20s, were discovered on the track with spray cans nearby. The former television presenter John Leslie has gone on trial, charged with sexually assaulting a woman when she was on her hen night at a nightclub in Edinburgh last June. John Leslie, who's 53, denies the charge. The government has confirmed that it will introduce a bill to ban so-called upskirting. There was widespread criticism when a private member's bill seeking to make the practice a criminal offence was blocked by the Conservative MP Sir Christopher Chope on Friday. Sir Christopher says he objected only on a procedural basis and will give the government bill his wholehearted support.
I'm delighted that we've now got to the end of it and that the government has actually said that they are going to legislate for this matter rather than leave it to the private member's procedure, and that's what I've been arguing for, and I'm delighted I've achieved my objective.
The chief executive of Volkswagen's Audi brand, Rupert Stadler, has been arrested in connection with the diesel emissions scandal. German prosecutors say they detained him to prevent him tampering with evidence. That's the BBC News at 3:03 on Next at 4.
Thanks, James. Stand by, I got some oldies.
The non-stop oldies, brought to you daily by Steve Wright in the afternoon.
leave me. But the devil take that woman, for you know she treat me easy. But she ring dum a do dum a da. Wait for my daddy, oh. Wait for my daddy, oh. There's whiskey in the jar, oh. Some men like a fishing, and some men like a fowling, and some men like to hear a cannonball rolling. But me, I like sleeping, especially in my mindless chamber. But here I am in prison. Here I am with a ball and chain, yeah. Much a ring, dum a do dum a da. Wait for my daddy, oh. Wait for my daddy, oh. There's whiskey in the jar, oh. And I got drunk on
Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now, yeah. Show me how to decide what you want from me. Tell me maybe I could be there for you. However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? To life, back to the present time, from a fantasy, yes. Tell me now, take the initiative. I'll leave it in your hands until you're ready. However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? How do you want me? However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need 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 me? I live at the top of the block. No more room for trouble. No, there's need a change, a positive change. Look at me hanging on the wall. Ever do you want me? Yes. However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? How do you want me to
Back to life, back to reality. These oldies chosen by Matt Jackson on the Isle of Skye. I'm Matt. I'm slightly past middle age now at 59, and I used to work as a dog groomer. I got two dogs now, Ollie and Annie. Ollie must go for the snip soon, as it won't be long before Annie will come into her first season. Okay, that's perhaps too much information. We also have some pet hens. We named them after 60s rock chicks: Dusty, Petula, Sandy, Lulu and Scylla. No particular taste in music. I like whatever takes my fancy, but I love hits from the 70s and 80s because they remind me of my youth. when I love to dance. Sadly, those days have now gone. Thank you, Steve. From Matt Jackson, Isle of Skye, who gets a badge.
Chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe? Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the air. Wishing on a falling star, waiting for the early train. Sorry boy, but I've been hit by purple rain. Oh, come on, Joe, you can always change your name. Thanks a lot, son, just the same. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the
Matt Jackson on the Isle of Skye, picking these non-stop oldies.
It's hit after hit, the non-stop oldies every day.
It's cold outside, and the paint's spilling out of my walls. There's a man outside in a long coat, grey hat, smoking myself about little deals and issues, things I just don't understand. I could white light at night, so it's like touch at times. I don't think I mean anything to you.
He's a very, very nice man. Not scary at all. Gary Newman, Tubeway Army, our friends Electric on the non-stop oldies. 3:19 on Radio 2. A little later on, Sandra Bullock, Sarah Paulson and Tom Walker, musician and singer-songwriter.
You see, it meant everything to me.
Now, if you need an escape from the football, then get downloading this week's Serious Jockin' podcast. 45 minutes of fat tunes, that's fat with a PH, last Friday, including DJ Jesse Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Atlantic Ocean, Bruno Mars, D-Train, Kylie, New Order. Download it for free by going to the BBC iPlayer radio app on your tablet or smartphone now. Open the app and search for Serious Jockin', that's with no G.
Serious Jockin', Serious Jockin'.
Back in 4 days' time as well. Now back to the non-stop oldies. Matt Jackson on the Isle of Skye picking them. He's got a badge and he's picking these tunes. Hollywood Nights now. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band on 2.
She stood there bright as the sun on that California coast.
That's a voiceover, that.
He was a Midwestern boy on his own.
I can do it sometimes.
She took his hand and she led him along that golden beach. They watched the waves tumble over the sand. They drove for miles and miles on those twisting, turning roads. Higher and higher and higher they climbed. And those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right in her diamonds and frills. All those big city nights, in those high rolling hills, above all the lights.
at the lights of LA, wondering if he could ever go home. And those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, it was looking so right, it was giving him chills. In those big city nights, in those high rolling hills, above all the lights, she had all of the skin. Hollywood nights, Hollywood hills, above all the lights, Hollywood nights, Hollywood nights, Hollywood hills, above all the lights, Hollywood nights, Hollywood, Hollywood nights, Hollywood, Hollywood hills, above all the lights, Hollywood nights,
Sometimes you're better off dead. There's a gun in your hand that's pointing at your head. You think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police, there's a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a West End town. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls. Too many shadows, whispering voices, faces on posters, too many choices. If, when, why, what, how much have you got? Have you got it, do you get it? If so, how often? Which do you choose, a hard or soft option? In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls. West End girls.
treat ya. But she ain't no witch, and I love the way she treats ya. I'm a labor of love in my Persian gloves. Well, she's faster than most, and she lives on the coast. But she's faster than most, and she lives on the coast. I'm a two-penny prince, and I give her hot love. Take love, me one. And I give her hot love. La 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 la. 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 Ooh, do what you do.
I love that. She's faster than most, and she lives on the coast. La 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 la. 3:30 in the UK. Thank you for those non-stop oldies, rounding off with T-Rex. Hot love. You can email us, steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Text 88291. Tweet us at BBC Radio 2. In the news, tax rises will be needed to pay for the boost in NHS funding announced by the government, the Prime Minister says. Theresa May concluded the public would pay more, but promised this would be done in a fair and balanced way. Debit card payments have overtaken cash use for the first time, new figures show today, as contactless technology takes a firm hold on day-to-day spending. The weather warm and sunny in the southeast, cooler, cloudier and breezy everywhere else, with some light rain expected in Scotland later. High of 23, that's in Chelmsford. Steve, can you give a big shout-out to everyone listening in Bogota, Colombia, at the British Embassy? Always good to listen to you at breakfast time here, as we're 6 hours behind the UK. Getting ready for the football here at 1300 with extended lunch and sausage sandwiches for everybody. Of course. Special mention to Trudy and Mike, who are heading off to Costa Rica tomorrow. That's for 9 days exploring the rainforest. Love the show. Keep up the great chat and music. Thank you from Michael, listening in Bogota, Colombia at the British Embassy there. That's brilliant. Good morning to you. Can you do a big shout out to Gary and Janice and the dog? That's Eddie and Mia, who are travelling down to Harrogate for a week's camping. Thank you, Steve. Good show. And I love your show, mate. But I'd love it more if you could do me a massive favour. I forgot to send my dad a Father's Day card. Oh, so very guilty. Can you please tell him I love him, that I'm proud he is my father. My dad is Martin Smith down in Cornwall from his son Stuart. Thank you very much. I had so many people say, it was a pleasure to hear that new Radio 3 announcer earlier. Can we hear some more? So, yeah, I gather this is the new announcer on Radio 3. No, it isn't. Here it is.
This is Radio 3. Just a reminder that prom season will be on the air soon on TV and radio. Listen out for details. Wouldn't want you to miss anything. Know what I mean?
He is good, isn't he? And now here is Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, to the Highlands, to the A82, there was an accident between the General Booth Road at Inverness and the A831 at Drumnadrocket. That is still being recovered, but you can get through there. A1M on the northbound side, a second breakdown between 34 and 35, following the earlier accident up towards the M18, so we've still got one lane out. M62 is still recovering eastbound. 20 Rochdale, a little bit heavy if you're heading towards 22 at Rishworth Moor. The accident is cleared. It cleared a long time ago. It's just the residual delays going through. Greater Manchester M60. Now at junction 12 for the M62 towards 13 for Worsley, we've got an accident there and one lane is shut. M6, first of all, to the northbound side at 10 for Walsall. We've got a broken down lorry. Bottom of the M6 going northbound has reopened. The closure was actually in between 3 and 3A. So up towards the M6 toll, all lanes finally open, but the queues are back to Coventry at junction 2. To Staffordshire, to the A50 at Fenton. Now Heron Cross, we've got it partially blocked by this overturned lorry, which is between Fenton, right on the roundabout at Victoria Place, the A5007. So you've got slow traffic on all approaches, but you can use that junction. But if I could give you any advice, is try and find another route if you can. Problems for the M1 southbound 15 to 14. Accident has closed one lane. M25 clockwise, there was an accident between 10 and 11 towards Chertsey, which is cleared. There was another one between 15 and 16 to the M40. So you got heavy traffic, but that's cleared out of the way. And across the top on the M25 at 24 Potters Bar, we've still got one lane block following the accident there. Problems with the M3 on the southbound side. We've got a breakdown 3 to 4 down towards Camberley. We've got one lane shut. And news about the A30 at Cornwall westbound. There's an accident on the A30 which has blocked it between Roche and the A39 at Indian Queens. So they've blocked both lanes. This is the A30 on the westbound route. You can't get through there at all. Thanks for your updates. Keep them coming. I'll be back with another 125 minutes.
OK, thank you. Joe and Simon after 5 o'clock. Iconic singer-songwriter Sheryl Crow breaks off from her UK tour to perform in session for Joe and Simon, including a special Back to Where It Began track. That's after 5.
Hello, this is Mr. Alan Bennett.
Yes.
I do find The Big Show very postmodern. Writing incongruous material for me to say out of context can be very exhilarating. This idiom, though, seems to suit. The other factor in postmodern humour, no punchline.
Come on now. Oh, Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Got the movie stars on next. Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson from Ocean's 8.
Must have been a year since I was thrown across an ocean far from home. Life is making no sense. We're riding in between the highs and lows. When I wake in the morning, it's the first on my mind. Jealous of the way that blackbird flies, free among the people. Those 250,000 stories pass me by. Ooh, lie awake in the moonlight. Ooh, it's the last on my mind. Born
faces, where did they go? I imagine what it looks like when I'm not there. I remember every summer, but now the years are just a number. There's no backwards, time is faster with everything I've left behind. Oh, but maybe what I miss most, it wasn't made of steel and stone. And maybe what I miss most, it wasn't born of skin and bone. 'Cause under the sun, above the waves, under three crowns when I'm far away, maybe what I miss most, maybe I'll never know.
New this June on BBC Radio 2. A whole lot of rock. The Radio 2 Rock Show with Johnny Walker. Monday nights will never be the same again.
You know you got it, soon if it makes you feel good.
The Radio 2 Rock Show with Johnny Walker. Welcome to the jungle.
We're limbering up for the rock show. Join me for classic tracks
Tonight from 9
on BBC Radio 2.
Now me and Tim Smith are back for Factoids. What you got, Tim?
The ostrich is the world's largest living bird. It's also the only bird that provides us with leather. And the ostrich has got 4 eyelids. The inner lids are for blinking and keeping the eyeballs moist. The outer lids for attracting potential mates.
Now, England play Tunisia tonight, of course, and I've got some Tunisian factoids. Would you like to hear them?
Yes, sir.
Tunisia is a beautiful and culturally rich country in North Africa. It is bordered by Libya and the southeast of Algeria to the west. It also has a coastline along the Mediterranean Sea to the north and east. If you have friends or family in this wonderful country, it says, you can visit them by heading to the coordinates. It's got the coordinates here. 34,000 north, 9,000 east, something like that. The terrain...
I'll just put them in my sat nav.
Yeah. Have you got that down?
Yes.
The terrain here is a delightful mix of mountains in the north, plains in the centre and the Saharan desert in the south. The total land area of Tunisia is 63,170 square miles. That's slightly larger than England and makes it the smallest country in North Africa. Tunisia's population is around something like 12 million.
OK, that sets it up nicely. I can't top that. Bring on the game, I say.
Factoids.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio 2.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
The Big Show.
We've got Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson on the line from a hotel somewhere. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sandra Bullock is an award-winning actor, producer and philanthropist whose huge movie hits include Gravity and Miss Congeniality, The Blind Side, Speed movies, of course, and many others.
Gosh, she's done a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And Sarah
Please
is...
make her stop talking. It'll be a shorter list. But go ahead. I want to hear it.
Okay. An award-winning actor who we know from her roles in The Post, 12 Years a Slave, Carol, Martha Marcy, Mae Marlene, the series American Horror Story, and, of course, The People versus O.J. Simpson. Wonderful, wonderful that was.
Equally impressive.
Yeah.
I don't think quite as good, but I'll take it. I think so. I think maybe a little better. I don't think so. Yeah.
It is going to be one of those things where me and Tim don't need to say much. We're loving
Pretty
this.
much. Yeah, we don't need you here at all, actually. Could you put your headphones down and we'll just have a little conversation?
Here we go then. Ocean's 8. Sandra plays Debbie Ocean, the estranged sister of the original Ocean's 11 character Danny Ocean, and Debbie has spent 5 years, 8 months and 12 days in prison. So there you are. You're coming out of prison and straight away you want to do some dodgy stuff again.
Dodgy? For some bent material, what'd you call it?
No, dodgy...
Bent goods.
Bent gear.
Bent gear. Dodgy bent gear.
Yeah, yes, that's it.
Do I sound like Dick Van Dyke? Like all Americans do that accent like that.
Dick Van Dyke. Fantastic reference.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chiroo.
So what does Debbie Ocean want to do? So she's out of prison now, but what's her plan?
She wants to steal things. Like things from a bent lockup.
I'll just explain
lockup.
to the Radio 2 audience that before we open the microphone, I explained to Sarah Paulson because you have a lockup in the story and with a lot of dodgy bent gear.
Dodgy bent gear.
Yeah, so I taught you that expression. Now you can't leave it alone, can you?
No, we can't.
Too good.
Things stick
In
with
my
us,
lockup.
and then we run them into the ground, much like our careers.
Sandra, set it up. What are you going to do? What are you looking to steal?
I'm going to do my radio voice.
Do your
'cause
radio
it's like,
voice. I like it
it's
like
nice
this.
and sexy
This is
like
nice,
that.
right?
Your mouth is really close to the microphone.
I know. I like to be as close as possible.
I get out of the pen.
We'd probably call it
I
prison.
am determined to steal some stuff, but I've been going over this for over 5 years, and I feel I've perfected it. And I go out and find it with the help of my partner, Lou, who's played by the divine Miss Kate Blanchett.
Still a museum.
So?
So, it's not like robbing a liquor store.
Well, that's why we're not robbing a museum. That's why we're robbing a shop.
Sorry, I don't speak Ukrainian.
I said we're not robbing a museum. We're robbing someone
In a museum, yeah. You mentioned. Look, even if this was possible.
It's possible.
Even if it was, I mean, we'd need like 20 people and $500,000.
7
million.
7 people and 20 grand.
Why do you need to do this?
Because that's what I'm good at.
So, Sarah, explain your character, who you are, and how you come to be in that group.
I play Tammy. I also want to speak like this. Is that uncomfortable for you?
That's lovely.
Thank you. I play Tammy, a mother of son and a daughter who I leave behind very easily so I can go into a life of crime. I worked with Sandy a long time ago, with Debbie rather, and have gotten out of that line of work to do a more legit
lifestyle,
sort of eBay thievery. And she comes back with an offer that's too good to refuse.
Sure, because you've got those stolen goods in your
All
lockup.
in my lockup.
Well, your character is kind of, she's the fence, isn't she? She's going to be the one that helps get rid of the thing you're going to steal. Can we say very much about what you're going to steal? We can say it's going to be stolen from the Met Ball, can't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, we
you
could
can
say
say
it. Yeah, it's a very valuable, about $150 million necklace called the Toussaint. And it's been in the Cartier vault. Cartier vault. For since the 50s, did they say?
think
Like
it
what?
was the
Like
50s.
for maybe for 50 years. And
One or the other.
And they entice Cartier to allow its exit to be placed on the ample bosom of the actress Daphne Kluger, who's played by Annie Hathaway.
Oh, she's brilliant in it as well.
She is so great.
All right, stay there, Sandra and Sarah, and we'll come back in just a moment. Don't go away.
Put your head on my shoulder, sink me in a river of tears. This could be the best place yet, but you must overcome your fears. Ooh, in time, it could have been so much more. The time is precious, I know. In time. The time has nothing to show because time won't give me time, and time makes lovers feel like they.
Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson are back with us, the stars of Ocean 8. We should say about the movie, there's some slick stuff going on as well. All of that kind of Ocean's stuff that goes on where somebody slips somebody something and that goes on a trolley and that goes down, and the trickery and all the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a tone to the Oceans that when the 50s, with Frank Sinatra and that Rat Pack, and then with George and Brad's 11, 12, and 13, you have to adhere to that tone and that rhythm. I think if you segue from that, you've lost everybody. But once we did, it's pretty fun to just stay there.
Mm-hmm. Tell people what the Met Ball is. I mean, it's a thing, isn't it, for a charity thing?
It's a society
thing. It's a thing for a charity thing, society thing. And
every year.
And
there's lots of very rich people there.
Yes.
And they've all got the jewellery and the smashing clothes.
And they're raising
everything.
money, as they say.
They're raising money.
Yes. It's run by Anna Wintour, who obviously knows what she's doing.
And was that really her?
Yeah.
Yes, that was all her.
But there are some really nice cameos in this if you look closely, aren't there?
So many cameos.
Yeah, in order to make that evening, I think, feel really authentic for the audience, because everybody knows that so many celebrity, is that a word?
I don't know.
Celebra-
It looked good while you were saying
Yeah,
it.
thank you. Attend it. So in order to make it look really real for the audience, I think it was important to have
And
as many
everybody
people.
donated their time. People showed up for this.
Yeah, they weren't
didn't get
paid, by the way.
And it was a night shoot, so it wasn't super sexy.
I found Rihanna's character completely believable.
She had great confidence in her craft. She didn't have to turn it out because she knew how good she was.
Yeah, like me. I mean, it's how I feel about my work.
Yeah, we feel like
so
that
much
house-
confidence. I just, zooning confidence.
Now, you two are working together soon again, aren't you? You're doing
We
another
are.
film. Yeah? What are you doing?
We did.
It's a film called Bird Box. It's based on the book Bird Box and directed by Susanna Bier. And it's really dark and scary and beautiful. And if I could work with Paulson for the rest of my life.
Yeah, we had a really good time.
yeah.
We work well
Keep-
together.
Keep doing it as much as we can.
It kind of comes over on the screen, really, because I don't know how or why. It looks like everybody's actually enjoying themselves, and there's no tense conversations, on the set.
Not
or
with
anything.
us. Not between us at all. We connected, which is rare, but we all seem to connect quickly and solidly, and that's just maintained. Which
I know
is,
it's
again,
not as sexy a story as if
as we're pulling each
Rihanna
other's
never
weeds
came
off.
out of her trailer and this one, but that did never happen.
Never happened.
Penelope Stern? Is she even old enough to go to the Met Ball? Apparently. Who cares who's dressing her anyway?
I think page 6.
I never met with Rose Wild. You said I met with everybody.
You said she was a relic.
I meant iconic.
Do you want me to set up a meeting?
Yes.
I mean, it's an all-woman cast, we should say, obiously.
Did you say old woman cast?
That's
or
an old woman cast.
Old woman cast.
It's an
Wow.
old woman cast.
Feeling so
in the
Old
bent
woman.
locker. Put them in the bent lockup.
It did sound
All
a bit
them
like
old
it,
women
didn't it?
casts.
It's an old woman cast.
I didn't think they were all old.
We're going to steal
Just
something.
half of them, yeah.
No, but mind you, that's not a bad idea, is it?
I think there's a real movie in there.
Yeah,
You put a
there could
bunch
be a
of old
movie in
ladies
there. Yeah, I just-
in jail and see what happens.
Yeah, write that down. Okay.
Listen, if we're lucky, we'll be doing this movie when we're 90, and then that could be just,
Well,
there you go.
that could be a next
not?
question.
Yeah.
Is there going to be Ocean's 9?
Well, I think like any franchise, they're waiting to see if we could actually make
Make some
money.
money, yeah.
And we have. So we're free-floating ideas, but, it's up to them. We're just slightly relieved that people went.
Showed up.
So what are you up to next then? Where are you guys going next? You going around Europe and promoting it and all of that? Or are you going back to America soon? What's happening?
Well, I think Paulson and I are going
We're
back to
going back
America.
to
She's
America.
immediately going into work, and I'm immediately going into summer camp carpool for two little people. Which I don't understand that I don't get to sleep in summer. I'm still making the lunches, still dropping off two wild beasts off it. And I'm like, and where's my time? But
She's actually describing as she's taking me to summer camp. I just want you to know that I'm getting dropped off. She's making my lunch every day.
Not easy to cook for.
Listen, you've got to get back to the lockup now, to the bent
With our
gear.
bent
With our
gear,
bent
The bent gear.
and the slammer.
Go grab a couple of ladies.
You can see Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson in Ocean's 8. It's in cinemas, rated 12A. Thank you very much, Sandra and Sarah. Talk to you next
you so
time.
much for having me.
It's our
Thank you so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you so much. See you later, guys.
All right, old man. Thank you.
Our love is alive, and so we begin. Foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then, fire. is alive, and so we begin. Foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then, firelight.
Stumbling, no G, in. Susie Q, Chris Norman, hello Stephen team. Can we have a shout out for Russell and Christine? You've kept us company all the way from Middlesbrough to Edinburgh, singing along in our camper van. Thank you. We're nearly there now. That's good, Christine. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting us know. Glad to entertain. Driving the new key from Reigate in Surrey, loving the show. Can you give a shout out to Barry, Kate, Sharon and Chris? Come on, England is the message here.
Hi, this is Jeremy Vine. Why don't you listen, you crass oik? Here's the contact details. Sorry, didn't mean to be rude. It's jeremy.co.haggle for a cheap iPhone versus Stormzy and the Kardashians. At needless screaming at pairs of shoes. Looks like you've got bad skin. That's a very ugly scab, you filthy vermin. Shinybitcoin.co.wriggle. My tongue is inordinately long. And some let it take red pep for Kodo UK. It's growing, Steve.
What does it all mean? 4 to 4, here's Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, to the M62 problems, both clockwise. A new accident now at 10 to 11, Trafford Centre to Barton. So over the bridge, one lane is shut. And then after that, clockwise, at 12 to 13 at Worsley, we've got another accident with a lane closed as well. M6 northbound, 10 for Walsall. There's a broken down lorry, so one lane is shut. South of that, on the M6, but heading north, we've still got really heavy delays from 2 at Coventry following the earlier closure between 3 and 3A up towards the M6 toll. M1 southbound, there's an accident between 15 and 14, still one lane shut towards Milton Keynes. And the M25, we've had 3 accidents between 10 and 16 for the M40. They're clear now, but it's still slow. Across the top, still at 24, there's an accident there, blocking one lane. And the A31 eastbound at Ringwood, we've got an accident which is between Ringwood and Fordingbridge and the Lidford turn-off, so one lane is shut. And the A361 between Tiverton and Barnstaple, the North Devon Link Road, closed completely between South Molton and Noseton following an earlier accident. Back with another one in half an hour.
Okay. Love is a Stranger, Eurythmics. This is BBC Radio 2. In In the showbiz cats, we've got Brie Larson, Jeff Goldblum, there's Tim, there's James, there's Bobby, there's Shoujo with sport, with factoid social media, a look to the football, and our next guest is Tom Walker. Leave a light on and all that. This is BBC Radio 2 online, on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is James Kelly. Theresa May has confirmed that taxes will rise to pay for increased funding for the NHS. The Prime Minister was speaking to health workers in London about her plan to give the health service in England an extra £20 billion a year by 2023. She said taxpayers would have to contribute more money in what she said would be a fair and balanced way. Opposition parties have criticised the proposals. The Liberal Democrat MP, Norman Lamb, was a health minister in the coalition government.
I've spent the last 2 years leading calls for the government to work across party to come up with a long-term settlement for both the NHS and social care, and this just fails to deliver that. It's a sort of inadequate sticking plaster. It's completely left out of the equation. The crisis in social care, it's less money than is needed.
A 12-year-old boy with severe epilepsy who was admitted to hospital after his medicinal cannabis oil was confiscated has been discharged. The Home Secretary granted special dispensation for Billy Caldwell to be treated with the drug. Baroness Meacher is a crossbench peer who chairs the all-party parliamentary group for drug policy reform. She said the government must take action.
It seems to me the government now must undertake a review. Jeremy Hunt, Secretary of State for Health, has made that very, very clear. And the fact is that the Home Office is in a terrible mess on this. They've spent 3 months trying to build up the licences for one single child, Alfie Dingley, to get a licence. Huge amounts of work have gone into that.
And within the past half hour, the government has said it's establishing an expert panel to advise ministers on the health benefits of medicinal cannabis. 3 men who are believed to have been in their 20s have been killed in South London after being hit by a train. British Transport Police have confirmed they're investigating whether the men were graffiti artists. Our correspondent Sophie Long says the men may have been killed in the early hours of this morning.
They were struck by a train at some point before 7:30 this morning. It was at that point that the driver of another train noticed the bodies on the line and notified the emergency services. Now, we don't at this stage know what those 3 men in their 20s were doing on the tracks. We know that one of the men's families have been informed that their son has been killed, but the families of the 2 others have not yet been informed.
2 British men have been charged with hooliganism and being drunk in public after they were removed from a train to Volgograd, where England's opening World Cup match will take place. England kick off against Tunisia in 3 hours' time. The office of a Conservative MP who blocked a bill to criminalise so-called upskirting has been decorated with women's pants. The stunt appears to be in protest at Sir Christopher Chope's actions. He insists he only opposed the private members' bill because of a long-standing concern about the procedure's lack of proper scrutiny. And that's the BBC News at 4:03. Our next at 5.
Thank you very much. Sport now. Here's Shojo Saka.
Good afternoon. Ahead of their opening match at the World Cup tonight, England captain Harry Kane insists he and his teammates are going out to play attacking football. England take on Tunisia in Volgograd. In the other match in that group, Belgium have just kicked off against Panama. That one is goalless after 2 minutes played. Earlier, Sweden beat South Korea 1-0. Elsewhere, Norwich City have accepted a £20 million offer from Leicester City for their striker James Maddison. Tennis at Queen's Club, Britain's Cameron Norrie has lost in the first round. He went down 6-2, 6-3 to Stan Wawrinka. England's rugby union head coach Eddie Jones is adamant that he will turn around the team's fortunes. England's defeat to South Africa on Saturday was their 5th loss in a row. In cricket's One Day Cup, Hampshire have set Yorkshire a target of 349 runs to reach the final against Kent. And Ben Stokes and Chris Woakes will both miss the remainder of England's one-day series against Australia with injuries injury.
Thank you very much, Jojo.
BBC Radio 2. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
The Mechanics. Do you think they might do my car? Steve, can you wish my wife, Nadia, a happy birthday? I did ask Ken to do it, but he must have been too tired. Ken was working very hard this morning. He did 4 hours on the air. You know, you got to forgive a guy. From her grateful and lucky husband, Simon, building a garage in Sutton Coldfield. Okay, Steve, can you wish my wife Karen Ward in Norwich a happy choral anniversary for 35 years of wonderful, happy marriage from husband James and daughter Lara. I can't be with her today as I'm busy digging away in my machine on the A1, A14 project near Huntingdon. All my love, though, and best wishes on our special day. And, Steve, shout out to Pete T.S. Just wanted to tell him how much I love him from Steph M.M. I think we got that. This is Billy Preston, That's the Way God Planned It.
Why can't we be humble, like the good Lord say? He promised to exalt us, but no is the way. How men be so greedy when there's so much left. All things are God given, and they all have been blessed. That's the way God planned it. That's the way God wants it to be. That's the way God planned it. That's the way God wants it to be. Let not your heart be troubled. Let mourning, sobbing cease. Learn to help one another and live in perfect peace. If we just be humble, like the good Lord say, yeah. He promised to exalt us, but love is the way. That's the way God planned it. That's the way God wants it to be. You better believe me. That's the way. Yeah. God planned it. Yeah. That's the way God wants it to be. Where you want, others will. You don't understand me, but I love you still. That's the way God planned it. That's the way God wants it to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the way, yeah. God planned it. That's the way God wants it to be.
Did you know that that has exactly the same chord structure as Let It Be? Billy Preston, that's the way God planned it. 412 Radio 2. Hashtag Ingtune is the first three letters of England and the first three letters of Tunisia together. Is trending now on Twitter ahead of England playing their first game of the 2018 World Cup tonight against Tunisia. Brad tweets, as I buttered my toast earlier this morning and stirred my cuppa, something felt different. It was when I turned to my 4-month-old daughter and she nodded her head. At that moment I knew, it's coming home. Hashtag Ingtune. Matt tweets, there's nothing that beats the hype of England at a World Cup. Hashtag Ingtune. The Lightning Seeds tweeted, no more years of hurt. Here we go. Happy memories with David Baddiel, Frank Skinner and the England squad. Can't help getting excited. Hashtag Ingtune. And the World Cup 2018 is also the top search on Google this afternoon. Up to 9 new Star Wars films are currently in the works, although none of them will be about Yoda. Tom Kane, who's a voice actor for the franchise, has shared the details at the All-Star Comic-Con in the USA, with rumours that Obi-Wan Kenobi could be the next to get his own spin-off. The next Star Wars movie we can expect will be next year's Episode 9. In more film news, John Travolta's new film, it's called Gotti, has been given a score of 0% by critics on Rotten Tomatoes. Excuse me, yeah, that's what they do, though, isn't it? The film charts John Gotti's rise from a mob enforcer to head of the Gambino crime family. It's not yet got a UK release date. Sorry, I've got a bit of hay fever going on here and a bit of throat. It was the 2018 Woman in Film Awards in Los Angeles. Brie Larson was given the Excellence in Film Award and says, in spite of recent progress, there's more to be done.
For me, as an artist in this field, it's important that I'm making work that reflects the world that I live in, and we're not doing that as fully as we can. So being able to take real hard data and numbers and apply that into the arts is such an incredible partnership that I think is really expanding our industry for the better.
And Frances McDormand gave the opening speech and said that equality for women isn't here yet.
That is not okay by me.
Tonight, we celebrate some extraordinary women who didn't think it was okay either. This conversation is decades old, and it is about parity, artistic expression, and inclusion. And I have this feeling in my gut that times are changing.
Frances McDormand and Jeff Goldblum is the latest celeb to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Jeff couldn't believe his good fortune.
Hey, so how about that? I wrote it down. I am the star number 2,638. That's always been my lucky number. That's my favorite number. I can't believe it.
Every time I think of you, I always catch my breath, and I'm still standing here, and you're miles away, and I'm wondering why you left. And there's a storm that's raging through my frozen heart tonight. I hear your name in certain circles, and it always makes me smile. I spend my time thinking about you, and it's almost driving me wild. And there's a heart that's breaking down this long distance line tonight. I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what I might say, there's a message in the wire, and I'm sending you this signal tonight. You don't know how desperate I've become, and it looks like I'm losing this fight. In your world, I have no meaning, though I'm trying hard to understand. And it's my heart that's breaking down this long distance line tonight. I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what my friends say. And there's a message that I'm sending out like a telegraph to your soul. And if I can bridge this distance, stop this heartbreak overload, I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what my friends say, I ain't missing you. I ain't missing you.
Oh, I think you are. That's John Waite missing you. 4:18 at Radio 2. Now let's do some more factoids. Here's Tim Smith.
How many years ago do you think human beings first began domesticating dogs?
I would say something like 15th or 16th century.
No, way back before that,
Really?
you idiot. No offence, obviously. Sorry.
You don't have to say sorry, it's only me.
They were the first animals to be domesticated, and they think it began because wolves would scavenge around settlements and camps, and eventually they welcomed them in. Human beings began welcoming dogs into their settlements and domesticating them 14,000 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, a bit before the 15th and 16th centuries.
How do they know? Who invented the wheelbarrow? Which country?
Oh, let me take a guess. Was it China? Chinese?
Yes.
Factoids.
How's it going?
Nervous laugh.
What can I do for you?
OJ Borge.
I must admit, I get the feels when she says my name.
I
they do it so low.
If you're listening right now, it means you're part of the Midnight Massive.
Hello.
It's free to enter. In fact, you'll write in.
Weeknights from midnight.
Oh, what's his name? Was married to Gwyneth Paltrow. Oh, you know it. Oh, my brain's always fried at this time in the morning. You know his name. Something Martin. Chris. That'll do it. What was your biggest fashion faux pas? For me, it was hair. I had bad haircuts. The epitome was when I walked into a barber's with a picture of Jason Donovan. I'd like a step, please, and curtains.
OJ Borge.
Good look.
Weeknights from midnight on BBC Radio 2.
Thank you, OJ. I can tell you, Arctic Monkeys are on with Joe and Simon tomorrow night. This is 4 out of 5.
Advertising imaginative ways. Start your free trial today. Come on in the water's lovely look. You could meet someone you like. You're in the meat of your strike. It is that easy. Lunar surface on a Saturday night. Dressed up in silver and white with colored old gray whistle test lights. Take it easy for a little while. Come and stay with us. It's such an easy flight. You new places keep on popping up since the Exodus. It's all getting gentrified. I put a taqueria on the roof. It was well reviewed. 4 stars out of 5. And that's unheard of. Mr. Bridge and Tunnel, I'm a Starlight Express, the head of special effects in my mind's eye. Okey cokey with the opposite sex, the things you try to forget. Doesn't time fly? I'm in no position to give advice. I don't wanna be nice, and you know that. Take it easy for a little while. Come and stay with us. It's such an easy flight. Cute new places keep on popping up around Clavius. It's all getting gentrified. The information action ratio is the place to go, and you will not recognize the old headquarters of the nights that never happened and the days that don't exist. At the information action ratio, only time that we stop laughing is to breathe or steal a kiss. I can get you on the list for all the clubs. I can lift you up another semitone. Take it easy for a little while. Come and stay with us. It's such an easy flight. Cute places keep on popping up. Since the Exodus, it's all getting gentrified. The information action ratio is the place to go. 4 stars out of 5. I put a taqueria on the moon. It got rave reviews. 4 stars out of 5. Take it easy for a little while. Come and stay with us. 4 stars.
4 out of 5. In fact, a 4.24.
This is Mr. Bennett. Can you play a nice song by that lad Ed Sheeran?
Yes.
He seems pleasant enough.
He does, yeah.
Reminds me of the Crow Man from Wurzel Gummidge.
I'll do that in a moment.
4 stars out of 5.
We got some more news that we didn't do earlier on. 80 new English vineyards opened last year, driven by growing demand and funded by bankers' bonuses. The figure is a record for a single year and up 25% on the year before. And some English wine. To me, it occasionally tastes like French wine.
I've not really tasted very much English wine, but I'm told it's very, very good, yeah.
Yeah, and the vineyards are great. You can go there to some of these vineyards. I go to one down in Sussex, and they give you, samples.
Do they?
Yeah.
How many samples do you go for?
Well, just as many as you can get.
It's still quite unusual, though, if you drive through the English countryside, and I have seen them, and you see vineyards, and you think, wow, that's vineyards in England. You just don't associate it with this country.
Which household chore causes the most relationship stress? What do you think it is, then, Tim?
Taking the rubbish out, doing the dust, doing the washing up.
Washing up it is.
Emptying the dishwasher, or perhaps, and obviously I'm not suggesting anybody in particular, you have a partner who doesn't seem to load the dishwasher correctly, therefore you don't get as much in as you should get in, therefore you waste energy when it's actually put on.
No. As I said before, it's washing up.
Okay. Washing up. I quite like washing up. It's very therapeutic.
More women than men have to do the dishes and resentment builds up. But when men do their fair share of dishwashing, both partners are more content and affectionate. And that's according to the Council of Contemporary Families study. I quite like washing up. I mean, I have got a washing up machine, but it's broken.
A dishwasher?
Yeah.
I don't mind washing up. As I say, no, I think it's quite relaxing washing up. I don't like ironing, though. Occasionally I do some of the ironing myself. I do, honestly. Don't like that, and I don't really like dusting.
Yeah, and you trap your fingers in the ironing board, don't you?
Not always, no. You should learn how to put that ironing board up. You obviously don't put it up enough.
I thought it was a deck chair. Tomorrow, Dan and Shay in our guest, platinum-selling country music duo, who we've met before in Nashville with their new single, All to Myself. They are cool dudes. Danielle Denise, opera's coolest soprano, presenting a new BBC4 documentary about female composers. On Wednesday, Robbie Williams, one of the world's greatest pop stars and entertainers on the planet. He's got a biography out. I think it must be the paperback version now. William Roach, Ken Barlow from Corrie. Also Wednesday, Sunita on Thursday, back with a new single for Pride 2018 called Shine with Pride. Matthew Wright and Ian Chili Chilcott, ambassadors for World Fishing Day, which is next Saturday. And on Friday, special mystery guest, we reveal the final name to be added to the lineup to Radio 2 Live in Hyde Park. Oh, I like stuff like that.
Me too, yeah.
That's great. Let's have a look. What about the anniversaries then, Tim?
Go on then.
OK, Ian Carmichael, who was that?
Oh, Ian Carmichael was a brilliant English actor. And he did a thing on television, didn't Lord Peter Wimsey, he was?
Yeah, he wasn't Nanny in the...
No, that's somebody else. Ian Carmichael was in that thing with Peter Sellers, I'm All Right, Jack.
Oh, yes, and he did a lot of farces on the London stage as well. Yeah, Ian Carmichael, yeah, you're right. Light comedy artist. Paul McCartney today, we mentioned already. The first North Sea oil arrives onshore in Britain. What year, Tim Smith?
1976.
1975. And the very first life insurance policy is issued in London this day.
That's a really good question.
Got it.
A wild guess, 1787.
1583. You're on the big show.
88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance. I met her on Grafton Street, right outside of the bar. She shared a cigarette with me while her brother played the guitar. She asked me, what does it mean? The Gaelic ink on your arm. Said it was one of my friend's songs. Do you want to drink on? She took Jamie as a chaser, Jack for the fun. She got Arthur on the table with Johnny riding a shotgun. Chatted some more, one more drink at the bar. Then put Van on the jukebox, got up to dance. You know she played her fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance with my pretty little Galway girl. You're my pretty little Galway girl. Hey. You know she beat me at darts and then she beat me at pool, and then she kissed me like there was nobody else in the room. As last orders were called was when she stood on the stool after dancing to Kaylee, singing to trad tunes. I never heard Carrick Fergus ever sung so sweet. A cappella in the bar using her feet for a beat. Oh, I could have that voice playing on repeat for a week. And in this packed out room where she was singing to me. You know she played her fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance, my pretty little Galway girl. My Galway girl. My Galway girl. My
it's closing time. I was holding her hand was holding mine. Our coats both smell of smoke, whiskey and wine, as we fill up her lungs with the cold air of the night. I walked her home, then she took me inside, finished some Doritos and another bottle of wine. I swear I'm gonna put you in a song that I write about a Galway girl and a perfect night. She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance, my pretty little Galway girl. My, 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 my Galway girl. My, 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 my Galway girl. My, 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 my Galway girl. Hey!
Galway Girl, it's Ed Sheeran. It's 4:30 in the UK. And here is Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. Glasgow, first of all, MA on the eastbound side. At junction 25 for Cardonald, we've got one lane block because of an accident. M60, Greater Manchester, two problems. First of all, now clockwise, between 12 and 13 at Worsley, there was an earlier accident. That's now cleared. But then behind it, there's one on the bridge between 10 and 11, Trafford Centre to Barton. So still one lane shut while they wait for recovery there. The A50 in Staffordshire at Fenton. The A50 at Heron Cross, still partially blocked with this fuel spillage and overturned lorry, which is at the Heron Cross roundabouts. That's still causing problems. The M6 northbound, we had a broken down lorry at 10 for Walsall. That's gone, but it's still heavy. Then the M6 northbound up from Coventry through to junction 4. Now, we had an earlier closure between 3 and 3A up towards the M6 toll. That cleared over an hour ago, but still congested as you go through. It's slow going, but it is all moving. It just isn't up to speed yet. M42 northbound, 5 to 6 up towards Birmingham Airport. We've got one lane shut. M1 on the southbound side, 30 to 29A, so down towards Markham Vale. We've got an accident there and one lane is shut. The latest on the M25, now clockwise, already congested. If you're heading around from 11 for Chertsey to 16 for the M40. There were two accidents this afternoon. They've all been cleared, but it's very slow. Clockwise, accident at 24 for Potters Bar has gone, but it's still heavy through that stretch. And then the A31. Now, we had it blocked on the eastbound side by one lane up towards the Ringwood turnoff. That has now cleared out of the way, but it is very, very slow. And finally, the A361 between Tiverton and Barnstaple, the North Devon Link Road, still closed between South Molton and Knowstone. Back with another one in 25 minutes.
Got the Leave a Light On bloke coming on soon.
When I saw you standing there, about fell out my chair. And when you moved your mouth to speak, I felt the blood go to my feet. Now it took time for me to know what you tried so not to show. Something in my soul just cried. I see the want in your blue eyes. Baby, I'd love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you'd love me to want you the way that I want to, if you'd only let it be. You told yourself years ago you'd never let your feelings show. The obligation that you made for the title that they gave. Baby, I'd love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you'd love me to want you the way that I want to, if you'd only let it be. what you tried so not to show. Now something in my soul just cried. I see the want in your blue eyes. Baby, I'd love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you'd love me to want you the way that I want to.
It's Joe and Simon tonight with Sheryl Crow after 5, Karis Matthews Blues Show. Karis is joined by multi-instrumentalist Leonie Evans for some live blues. Radio 2 Rock Show with Johnny Walker, brand new series at 9. Make sure you tune in, please. Sarah Cox at 10, OJ Borge at midnight, and then Johnny Walker's Sounds of the 70s.
On BBC One.
Corporal Lane was emotionally involved with Captain Hart.
I think about him every day and never going to forget about him. Our girl returns to the front line. What could possibly go wrong?
The jungle is a hostile and unforgiving environment.
Bandits here, they see you, they kill you.
Lane, don't compromise your own safety.
You questioning authority now? Yeah, I am.
This is what happens when you don't follow orders, you follow chaos.
Our Girl continues Tuesday night at 9:10 on BBC One. And watch the series so far on BBC iPlayer.
The longest recorded duration of a total solar eclipse was 7.5 minutes. Here's Tim Smith.
The shortest English word to contain the letters A, B, C, D, E and F is feedback.
Just one mourner walked with Mozart's coffin before it was buried in a pauper's grave. I don't understand that. The first song then, Tim, ever sung in space. The first song, you have to guess.
Oh, Fly Me to the Moon.
No, just think, not necessarily...
Happy Birthday.
Yeah, you're right.
Wild guess.
Happy birthday to you.
The largest species of snail is the giant African land snail. It can weigh 2 pounds and can have a shell that's 15 inches long.
Wow.
Factoids.
Tom Walker almost with us. I'll leave the light on.
BBC Radio 2 in the United Kingdom. Yeah, I will leave the light on. I will leave the light on. I will leave the light on. Tell me what's been happening, what's been on your mind. Lately you've been searching for a darker place to hide. That's alright. But if you carry on abusing, you'll be robbed from us. I refuse to lose another friend to drugs. Just come home. Don't let go. If you look into the distance, there's a house upon the hill, guiding like a lighthouse. It's a place where you'll be safe to feel our grace, cause we've all made mistakes. If you've lost your way, I'll leave the light on.
Tom Walker is a musician and singer-songwriter. His single you heard there, Leave a Light On. It's one of the biggest tunes now in Europe. It's been streamed more than... Isn't it? It should be streamed, shouldn't it? I think it should be streamed.
Right,
yeah, if it were in the past, it would be streamed.
Start a petition.
Yeah. Quite you're not on yet. Has been streamed more than 88 million times around the world. Plus, almost all of his previous tunes have provided the soundtrack to the relationship dramas on this year's Love Island. Wow, doesn't get better. I mean, you're on a commercial and you're connected very slightly to Love Island. It doesn't get better than that, does it, really? Anyway, here's Tom Walker. Look.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
So, you're quite a young guy, and I'm just looking at your past, and I'm looking at the things you've done, and I did notice that you lived with 12 other musicians.
I did, yes.
Yeah. Where was that, and what was that like?
It was amazing. It was like really far North London, not so far from Southgate. It was like one of the best houses I've ever lived in, but also a very challenging house to live in terms of like getting some sleep at night. And it was really fun. Everyone had their own projects. Each room you walk past would be like a DJ or a guitarist or like a keys player or a bit of everything. So if you were being a bit lazy and just sitting there watching Netflix or whatever, it really inspired you to get on with your work and just be like, no, time to get on with some music. So yeah, it was a wicked place to live.
Yeah.
It was a really nice kind of family vibe there. We used to have loads of barbecues out in the garden.
Yeah.
And there was a girl who lived there, and she was from Brazil, and she used to put like whole salmon and cook it over a barbecue, and it was like the best thing.
Because she'd done it 100 times before. And
Exactly, it's so much better than anything I've ever barbecued in my life. I'm like,
Wow.
you know, go down local supermarket, get some frozen burgers.
Yeah.
Did you have a rota for the washing up or not?
I tell you what, the dishwasher broke, and it almost broke the entire house. At one point, it was bad news, but once it was fixed, it was cool again.
Now, what about your background before that? When you lived at home with your parents, were they into music? Were you inspired by them or somebody else?
Well, my mum and my dad and my sister are all massively into music, but my dad is really into it. He's got a really decent stereo, and he's got loads of vinyls and CDs and all sorts. And he told me to all my first concerts. We went to see Foo Fighters and Prodigy and AC/DC and Muse, and the list is just endless to the gigs I went to see with him. He took me to my first gig in Paris when I was 9 to see AC/DC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which kind of kicked everything off for me, and I wanted to start playing guitar after that, and he got me a guitar for Christmas.
And what did you, what was your vision? What did you want to write?
I just wanted to be a guitarist at first. I wasn't into songwriting until I was about 19, actually. Just like practicing ridiculous solos and trying to shred.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't discover like I had a voice until I was kind of 18, 19.
What instruments do you play? You play guitar?
I play guitar, I play bass, I play drums, a bit of keys, I do a bit of production, jack of all trades, master of none.
And you went off to study songwriting as well, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I went to the London Centre of Contemporary Music. It's just great, yeah.
I never thought, I mean, obviously I did know that those places existed, but either you're a songwriter or you're not.
Yeah.
You can't learn songwriting, can you?
I think there's aspects you can learn about it, but I think having a natural ability to like craft melody and lyrics together, I think there's something that either you've got or you don't. But I think there are certain aspects that they can teach you. Don't do something like this, don't do something like that. But again, it was very difficult. Did really well in first year and really well in third year, but I had a second year teacher who, and our quote was just like, yeah, you sound a bit too much like yourself. And I was just like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're back with Tom in just a moment. Don't go away. Musician and singer-songwriter Tom Walker is with us.
Stick out your tongue, let me take your temperature. If you ain't having no fun, must be something wrong with you. Let me take your fingerprints, pay your way, and now you're in. You better seal your lips, or that'll be the end of you. And come and find your love at the heartland. And that thing you're looking for. You've had enough, but you wanted more. Come and lose yourself at the heartland. You'll forget who you were before. Give it up, you can have it all. Yeah, the heartland. Hand yourself in, 'cause you're good and ready to. It's a happy ending, no one leaves you feeling blue. Take a ride on the Ferris wheel. Short on cash, we can make a deal. We got everything you want, we can make your dreams come true. And come and find your love at the heartland. And that thing you're looking for. You've had enough, but you wanted more.
musician and singer-songwriter behind the massive hit Leave a Light On. Now, I know you're doing a lot of festivals, like we've got June 29th, the Transmit Festival Glasgow. And then we've got, this is kind of like a bit of a tour. July, Saturday 7th, Barn on the Farm, Gloucester. And then British Summertime, Saturday 14th of July, London. Truck Festival, Oxfordshire, Saturday 21st. Stand and Calling, Hertfordshire, Saturday 28th. Sunday 29th, Why Not Festival, Matlock. And then August, it's New Quay, Chelmsford, Port Merion, Wales. Oh, that's great. Festival number 6, be seeing you. I love it.
I'm not a number.
I'm a free man. I'm a free musician up here. And then we've got Glasgow, Dublin, Leeds, Manchester, Sheffield, London, Birmingham, Exeter, Cardiff and Portsmouth. Those are the dates in October. Well, it's from Wednesday the 10th until Monday 22nd. So how many songs do you do? Because your back catalogue, as far as I know, is about 3 good ones.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying the rest are bad, but they're the only ones I know.
We do an hour set live at the gigs, actually.
Do you?
Because I've got an album's worth of material, and we are putting out an album at some point. It's just, we've got too many gigs to actually get the album recorded.
Can you not hurry up with that?
Yeah, I know. I'm doing my absolute
people
best.
waiting for the album.
I know. I've kind of just had to say to those people, I'm sorry, you'll just have to wait. Because it'd be a shame to put out something that wasn't the absolute best it could be, I think.
When you were kind of coming up, as it were, who did you want to be like? Did you want to be like anybody, or did you just want to be like yourself?
I wanted to be like Paolo Nutini.
Did you?
Yeah, I absolutely love his music. I just think every album he's done is just absolutely amazing, and I love the tone of his voice. It just seemed like a proper laid-back kind of pop star to me, you know what I mean? He didn't seem like everybody else.
And do you think it will be love songs with you?
I think it'll be a combination. I mean, I've written kind of a few love songs, but it's normally stuff that's going wrong in my life, and at the moment I've kind of got a girlfriend that makes me very happy, so there's not a lot of love songs going on.
Okay, but make sure that she turns the light off, because otherwise the bill is going to be very high.
I know that.
Now, presumably there's a great hidden meaning in Turn the Light On.
It was about a friend of mine who kind of sadly lost his way a bit, and it's one of those things where I'd gone to him a million times, kind of nicely trying to like point it out and just be like, look mate, we need to do something about this. It's kind of getting out of hand, and I just couldn't get through to him at the start, so my way of processing it was just to write a song about it. But this was 2.5 years ago.
And this is Leave a Light On, Stay Awake, Be Aware.
Look, I know you're kind of getting lost out there, but if you need to come back and you need a safe place to stay and you need a mate and you want to kind of put this behind you, then I'm always here.
That song, you want it and you don't want it at the same time to define you, right?
It's one of my favourite songs I've written, to be fair. I really, really love the lyrics in that song. I don't know, everything just evolves as you're doing it. I think the new single is a massive combination of a few things that I've really enjoyed listening to this year with my own kind of style in it. So I think each one I wouldn't put anything out that I'm not 100% absolutely in love with.
Yeah.
And every time we do it, it just evolves and it changes, and I think that's cool.
New single, when?
The next single is called My Way, and it's coming out on the 22nd.
Okay. The 22nd of this month, you're saying?
Yes.
Is that a little bit of mistiming, do you think?
What do you mean?
It would have been nice for me to play it, I'm thinking.
I know. It would have been... We could have... Yeah. It's not actually mixed yet.
Okay. Could you
Don't
perhaps...
put him under pressure. It's not his fault necessarily, is it? Or is it your fault?
Look, I was happy 20 versions ago. Please talk to the A&R and my record company.
Okay. All right. Tom Walker's latest single, Leave a Light On, because that's reissued, right?
Yeah.
So that's out anyway, and you can see Tom at various festivals this summer and on tour across the UK and Europe from October. Very good to see you.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me
down. Nice to meet you, and come back again.
Nice one. Thank you for the support. Cheers.
Second someone mentioned you are all alone, I could feel the trouble coursing through your veins. Now I know it's got a hold. Just a phone call left unanswered had me sparking now. These cigarettes won't stop me wondering where you are. Don't let go. Keep a hold. If you look into the distance, there's a house upon the hill, guiding like a lighthouse. It's a place where you'll be safe to feel our grace, cause we've all made mistakes. If you've lost your way, yeah, I will leave the light on. 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 Tell me what's been happening, what's been on your mind.
Lately you've been searching for a darker place to hide. That's alright. But if you carry on abusing, you'll be robbed from us. I refuse to lose another friend to drugs. Just come home. Don't let go. If you look into the distance, there's a house upon the hill, guiding like a lighthouse. It's a place where you'll be safe to feel our grace, cause we've all made mistakes. If you've lost your way, I'll leave the light on.
I want to dedicate this song to all the lovers tonight. And I expect that might be the whole world, because everybody needs something or someone to love. When it's cold outside, who are you holding? If y'all don't mind, I'd like to talk about this woman of mine. She's always complaining about me never being at home. But when I'm there, I'm broke. She's telling me about the things that her girlfriend's got and what she ain't got. And she want me to go out and get them for her, but girl, I can't be in two places at one time. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl. I'll be long gone, and you'll never find another man that'll treat you right. stand up now. Ooh, baby. You say you're a little lonely, but everybody needs somebody to love.
If you think you're lonely now, just wait until tonight, girl. Bobby Womack, I love it. At verdict.co.uk in News from the Net, Incredibles 2 box office results show Pixar's formula still works wonders. It brought in $180 million in its opening weekend, just in the US. That officially gives it the title, this is Incredible 2, the title of Best Opening Weekend for an animated film ever. And at OK.co.uk, Marvin Hume's parties in Marbella. He kicked off the summer season with a packed-out DJ performance and was mobbed by fans. Excellent. All right, 5 to 5 now. And we're back with Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, to the Highlands, to the A82. Now, it did reopen following the earlier accident, but a tree has come down between Inverness and Loch End, so it's closed both ways. Glasgow, M8, eastbound. We had an accident at 25 for Cardonald. They've cleared all the lanes. All lanes are open, but it's still heavy. Problems for the M6 northbound, 14 to 15, up towards Stoke-on-Trent from Stafford North. We've got an accident and one lane is shut. The M6 at the bottom, heading north. If you're heading up from 2 at Coventry, it's still busy to 4 following the earlier closure. All that congestion is slow moving through there. M42 northbound, 5 to 6 up towards Birmingham Airport. There was an accident there. Moved it from the carriageway, but it's still heavy for a couple of miles on the approach. M1 southbound, before 16 for Daventry, there was an accident. Now, they were holding all the traffic, but they've got a lane open now. And then finally, M3 on the northbound side, 3 to 2 up towards the M25. We've got an accident and one lane is closed there. More for you with Joe and Simon in half an hour.
Thank you.
Red light nightmare in the pouring rain. Red hot Sunday, going back again. Neon's calling on the drug-filled streets. And in the morning, drink myself to sleep. Hell, I did it again. Would you believe I messed it all up again? Would you believe sometimes I wish I was dead? Would you believe said things I shouldn't have said? Would you believe oh, it's all gone to my head? Hell, heaven can wait. High street walker, high heel shoes, street fight brawler, cops cuff the fools. Drunks are drinking, sleep all day. Wake up, darling, I'm lost again. Hell, I did it again. Would you believe I messed it all up again? Would you believe sometimes I wish I was dead? Would you believe I done things I shouldn't have done? Would you believe I'm not as strong as you think? Hell, heaven can wait. Time tell, forget out of this place. Yeah.
Would you believe Stereophonics? So Come On England, kick-off 7 p.m, coverage BBC One at 6:15. Joe and Simon next, Cheryl Crow with them. We are back tomorrow with Danielle Denise and Dan and Shay. Yeah. Good evening.